Hi, my name is Jennifer Pressimone, and I am the author of the JennScents Holistic Aromatherapy Comprehensive Guide. And I wanted to share a little bit with you about the book, about what is in the book, and some benefits and value that you will get from having this comprehensive guide. I have been doing aromatherapy for close to 20 years. I have learned from some of the best teachers, the best aromatherapists. I studied with doctors, with pharmacists, with naturopathic doctors, with medical doctors, also people in the field, researchers, chemists. And so for me, I feel very blessed that I was able to take all of these different views, all of these different backgrounds, and use that to understand aromatherapy for myself. Aromatherapy is this beautiful word, it's a beautiful discipline, but to truly understand the benefits that you will get from using aromatherapy. So we're using essential oils, we're using botanicals to get certain benefits: physical, mental, emotional, energetic, environmental, spiritual, on every level that you need for your mind, body, gut health. We are using plants in an aromatic form to elicit a response within our body, because your nose is a protrusion of your brain, right? It's the way that your brain communicates with what's going on the outside. And then we have a vagus nerve that connects the head brain with the gut brain, and that's what helps us develop our intuition. So when you are in alignment, your head, your heart, your gut is in alignment, you can make better decisions, you understand better, you get a better feeling, a better vibe, a better energy, about you, but also the people that you bring into your life as well. And so what I wanted to do is to take all of this information that helped me build my business, build my clinical practice, allow me to help thousands of people with the art and the science and the discipline of aromatherapy. And I wanted to put that into a book. I had notes everywhere. I had all of the classes I've ever taken, all of the notes, my little doodles all over the place of how I interpreted that, but also ideas of, oh, I just learned this new concept, I bet it will help with this. And then I went and used it, and oh yeah, it does help with that. At the time that I studied aromatherapy, there wasn't a whole lot of information out there on frankincense, but one thing that I found that it tremendous for was for allergies, people with pet allergies, food allergies, environmental allergies. It helped time and time and time again, 100%, to calm down any kind of allergy. And I was like, oh wow. So I wanted to write about those experiences. Of course, we have a lot of science now to back that up, which is really cool to see too. So I do include a lot of scientific references in the book. I have profiled over 109 different essential oils, and so I tell you about the scent, how does it smell, the note classification, the extraction process, the parts of the plants that are used to give you that essential oil. I'm giving you a plant description because there's a power in understanding the doctrine of signatures when it comes to plants and how you interpret that for use on physical, mental, emotional level. Chemistry, I give you the top 3 body systems that this is going to work for. Of course, it's going to work for a multitude of different things, but the highest properties and the highest qualities and the highest benefit that you're going to get are going to support these top 3 body systems. Then I go through some physical, mental, and emotional health concerns that if you have, for example, I just opened up to lemon, and so lemon, we can see physically is very good for the digestive system, the immune system, and the nervous system. Also cephalic system could go here as well. And physically, it's going to help with alkalizing pH, acid reflux, blood and lymph purifier, among a whole bunch of other things. Mentally, it's going to help with alertness, clear thinking, concentration, confusion, depression, among a plethora of other things. Emotional, it helps with anger. It helps to clear inner conflict. connects the head, heart, and gut, which we just talked about, in addition to a lot of other things. And then I'm going to talk about which chakras they're beneficial for, history and folklore, as well as my personal use, like what specifically do I use it for and have I found it to be profound, and then contraindications. And so you can see that in here that I have it all spelled out for you. We're also going to talk about 46 different carriers and bases. I'll go through the foundational aspects, the history, the principles, ancient rituals, all the way through today and tomorrow, our future of aromatherapy and what you can do for that. Because if you know about the history and you know how it came about and what it was used for, you can bring that into present day and interpret that for how can I use that today. We're learning about all of that with, the pandemic that has been happening in 2020, for helping us learn how can we use aromatherapy to strengthen our bodies, to strengthen our immune systems, to withstand anything we come into contact with. So we have to understand ancient principles, we have to understand how to apply it today, and then where can we go in the future? Where can we take this in the future? Because if you're watching this, you are either a lover of aromatherapy and essential oils and you're using it for self-care, and or you are looking at or have already built a business of helping others with aromatherapy. And so of course we always want to help ourselves, because we have to lead by example, and then we also can pay that forward and help others gain a better quality of physical, mental, and emotional health. We'll talk about the doctrine of signatures, the physiology, how the body works, how does aromatherapy affect all of that. We'll talk about scent classifications and the meanings behind that, and why you need to know that when you are creating blends for either self-care or for others, or if you're copying or using a DIY recipe, why was that put together to help a particular purpose? Understand that, right? Knowledge is power. Niche aromatherapy. So I'll go into women, men, children, seniors, animals, special cases of how to safely and effectively use aromatherapy. I am not only a clinical aromatherapist, I'm also an herbalist. So I always bring in an integrative, holistic approach to everything. How do we connect everything together? How do we use all of these holistic health modalities and integrate them to help us get the best possible result? And so I talk about all of those complementary modalities, application methods, body systems. We're going to talk about recipes. I give you lots, like over 65 recipes in here. There's charts. There's so much more that's in here. So you can see we have about, let me find the page number on here, 235 plus pages in here. And so you'll see the table of contents that I have in here is pretty thorough. You can see that in here, everything that I've been talking about. And then look at all of these oils. We have lots of different oils in here and carrier oils. So I'm not only giving you education, because we can take a lot of knowledge, we can learn a lot of information, right? But it's what you do with that information. How do you actually apply it? How do you implement and integrate that into what you're already doing, whether you know something about aromatherapy or not? Maybe you're brand new to aromatherapy and this is like, oh my gosh, that's overwhelming. This is a whole new world. Oh, that's fine. I will walk you through it in here. And if you already know a lot about aromatherapy, there's also tips in here too. I have clients, but I also have students and graduates from our JennScents Aromatherapy who have, come in to actually get a certification in aromatherapy. And I have had several students, that have been doing this 20, 30 years. some longer, than I have. And they still took the level 1, the introduction to holistic aromatherapy and the anatomy and physiology and advanced aromatherapy, and progressed through to get their clinical certification, who said, I still learned a lot. I've been doing this 30 years, but I still learned some nuggets because, again, I'm bringing in my own personal experience, but the experiences of the amazing teachers that I have had, from Dr. Kimberly Ballas, and from Jeannie Rose, from Larissa Jones, through Scylla Shepherd Hanger, through Valerie Cooksley, through Gabriel Mojay. I have had the distinct honor of learning. Not only 20 years ago did I learn it, for then I do continuing education every single year, because I know a little bit, but we always are learning. There's always new information. Somebody may have experiences that I haven't had, or have had clients that they've helped that I haven't helped that particular thing. And so I love the idea of collaboration. So I collaborate with my colleagues on a daily basis. I definitely attend the conferences, the National Association of Holistic Aromatherapy conferences, every other year, because there's so much information, right? So if somebody can take all this information about a topic and interpret that and give it to me, the Cliff Note version of like, how is this so important, and back that up with science, it's so meaningful. And so I want to be that resource for you. I have created that resource for you. It's also the basis of, the textbook for our certification courses at the JennScents Aromaversity. So, I had all my notes laying all over the place, and I always have tons of reference books, and my husband said, you have your notes everywhere. You just need to put it into a book. There was a year, my father had passed, and I felt very lost. I was just devastated, and I needed a purpose. I needed something to be my guiding light to help me through, and indulging myself not only in using aromatherapy for a personal reason, but also to be able to create something so meaningful that I could share. What do I have to offer you? What do I have to give? I mean, I have a lot of wisdom. I have a lot of experience. I had to learn aromatherapy literally to save my life. I almost died 20 years ago, and luckily God placed the right person in my life who educated me on what aromatherapy was and how to use it. So my mission ever since then was to pay that forward. If I could be that guiding light to help somebody, you never know what you need to know next, but when it presents itself, I always am aware that, this is coming to me because I'm supposed to learn it for myself. That way I can share it to make somebody else's life better. And so hopefully this can be your guiding light. This can be your resource to not only help yourself, but also the health of your family, of your friends, and of your clients, because we're all in this together. How do we help the world? We help each other, one person at a time, one situation at a time, to the best of our ability. And the best thing you can do is show that you care and to share your heart. And so I certainly put my heart and my soul in here because I want to be able to share that with you. So thank you so much for stopping by, for learning a little bit about me, learning a little bit about the story, the backstory behind my comprehensive guide, and why it was so important for me to share this with you. So I wish you the best health, the greatest health, and happiness. Thank you so much.